The man found a pair of size 45 high-heeled shoes on the shoe rack. Not to mention him, even I would be eager to see what the owner of these shoes looks like. Out of curiosity, he tried on the shoes. Unexpectedly, in the next second, he transformed into a crossdresser. His figure was simply unrivaled. While we were still in shock, another fact came to light. It turned out that this man had a special ability. No matter whose shoes he put on, he would instantly become the owner of those shoes. He put on a pair of leather shoes and immediately turned into a burly black man. When he changed into another pair, he became an elegant and handsome old man. However, if he accidentally put on the shoes of a deceased person, the scene was simply too horrifying to behold. This man was named Lao Mai. The day before he acquired this superpower, he was just an ordinary shoemaker. He had been mending shoes for 20 years and had been single since birth for 30 years. Every day, seeing his regular customer, Xiao Shuai, accompanied by beautiful women and chauffeured in luxury cars, he was filled with envy. He even resented the fact that his father didn't have the surname Mar. His father not only had no money but also disappeared over 20 years ago, and his fate remained unknown. But he never expected that what his father left him was actually more valuable than money. One day, a black man came to have his shoes repaired. Noticing Lao Mai staring at the large logo on his watch, the black man couldn't help but show off. "See this watch? Without selling it, I could buy 3 of your shoe stores. And I have a whole collection of watches like this at home." Before leaving, the black man threatened, "I'll come to pick up the shoes later. If you don't fix them properly, don't even think about closing your shop." Lao Mai had no choice but to work overtime and focus on mending the shoes. Unfortunately, the sewing machine in the shop wasn't reliable. It even sparked while he was stitching. In desperation, he had to run to the basement and continue working with the old-fashioned sewing machine left by his father. Finally, the black man's shoes were fixed. While waiting for the man to pick up the shoes, Lao Mai couldn't help but stare at the expensive leather shoes. Seeing that the size was just right, he felt an itch in his heart and, on a whim, tried them on. The result, in an instant, his skin turned black, his facial features changed drastically, and he even grew a gold tooth in his mouth. Frightened, he quickly took off the shoes and finally returned to his original appearance. What was going on here? Was it an illusion? He put on the shoes again. Sure enough, he transformed into the black man once more. Standing in front of the mirror, he took a closer look at his own face and found that he looked exactly the same as that customer in the daytime. It didn't take long. He finally discovered the key to the mystery. It turned out that as long as the shoes were mended by that old-fashioned sewing machine, they would have a magical effect. Whoever put them on would become the original owner of the shoes. Lao Mai was overjoyed. He immediately picked up several pairs of shoes and rushed to the warehouse, performing a flurry of actions. Sure enough, the miracle happened again. It was like opening a blind box. Changing a pair of shoes meant changing his appearance. From then on, Lao Mai's life became colorful. He tried on all his customers' shoes, and he took great delight in every transformation. When he put on the shoes of a Chinese person, he went to the square and practiced Tai Chi with the elderly ladies. When he put on the shoes of a black brother, he went to a restaurant and dined without paying, then ran to the restroom to change his shoes and left the restaurant nonchalantly without settling the bill. These little pranks brought him a great deal of fun. But soon, his desires grew. When he saw Xiao Shuai's supermodel girlfriend, a crazy idea popped into his head. That night, Lao Mai put on Xiao Shuai's shoes, transformed into his appearance, and managed to sneak into his girlfriend's house. At that moment, the girl was taking a shower in the bathroom.